All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Soaring Highs and Crushing Lows. Now, listen, it's been a wild 3 weeks, okay? These 3 weeks have included benders. These 3 weeks have included getting fired. Well, if you want to call it getting fired, you can call it that. Um, these past weeks, bartending shifts out my ass. Frank's mobile detailing is taking off. And I'm also back to working for construction MHI. We build the best decks around. Are you concerned about the size of your deck? Call MHI. We can help with deck enhancement. All right, guys, it's been a while, but let's dive right into it. Once again, we might as well start off with this. I have been fired. There seems to be a pattern here, and at 33, I'm starting to realize that, hey, maybe I just shouldn't be working for anybody. Quite frankly, I'm sipping Pinot Noir. You know how we do on this show. We always sip Pinot Noir. And it has to be from the Pacific Northwest, okay? Any Pinot Noir from the East Coast, send it back. Send it back. Anyway, so back in February, I got this job driving a truck that, quite frankly, I was unqualified to drive. And what had happened was you had to drive this truck in the city, and it's stressful. Okay, it's a 26-foot box truck. It is stressful. And the first day I was out on my own, I came to Arch Street, and out front of the Comcast building, there was two fire engines on the left-hand side. Now, I pulled up behind them, and I determined that I could not get by. Okay? That's when some ambulance guy gets out and says, "Let's go." He starts guiding me over. I'm saying to him, "Sir, I don't think I can get past that. I think I'm going to clip that." He's like, "Let's go." So he's guiding me. Don't you know the back of the fucking lift gate clips the fire engine? Here comes this fire truck guy. "Get out of the fucking truck." I said, "All right, first of all, relax." So I get out of the truck, and they had to call their supervisor. He shows up, and they decide not even to, "Hey, listen, he told you to come forward. You clipped it. You know what? We're not even gonna, you don't even have to press, we're not gonna follow up with this." Okay? Never happened. I made the mistake of calling my supervisor. Okay? So they tell you, guys, report, you got to report every incident. Maybe you don't. You have to make that decision. Because they'll tell you this, just report it, you won't be in trouble, report it. It's not the case. So anyway, 2 days later, I'm on Arch Street again. I'm backing up into this loading dock, which quite frankly was difficult to get into. And I'm backing up, beep, beep, beep. And I clipped a guy's rear view mirror. Okay? So that's if you're keeping track here, that's 1 week on the job, 2 accidents. If you're going to fire me, you probably should have fired me then. And here's the other thing about this job. I was there for 3 months. Not 1 week did I get 40 hours. Not once. Okay? I was getting like 30 at most. And I had to milk it to get it, okay? I had to milk it to get it. So this isn't really a full-time job, and it wasn't really a lot of experience driving the truck. Well, fast forward, I thought things were going somewhat okay. I didn't seem to be having any problems. There wasn't any work. So the one Monday I work, and they tell me there is no work tomorrow. Now keep in mind, this is supposed to be my full-time job. They hire me, they want me to be loyal to them, to work for them, but there's no work Tuesday. Okay, whatever. Is there work Wednesday? No work Wednesday. Then I don't hear from the motherfuckers. I don't hear from them. So I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? Is there work?" She goes, "No work." Then I come back Monday. I work again. I go home. No work for the rest of the week. Now, mind you, at this point, I go, "Fuck this company." I went back to work with my cousin. I'm making more fucking money working for my cousin and working car dealing and bartending than these fucking nincompoops could ever give me. I don't know why. This is my problem. Why am I depending on somebody else for money? I know where the money's at. All right? All you got to do is go out there and fucking get it. And I wake up every day and I go get it. Okay? I get it. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The boy is hustling. Okay? The boy's doing concrete. The boy's washing cars. The boy's tending bar. I'm doing it all. Now, I get a call on Friday, and by the way, we did an episode last year about how much these bosses can go fuck themselves because they really think they're important. I mean, these like, oh, especially women. I'm sorry, women, to my women listeners, but you guys are on a power trip. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. They love it. They love the power. So I get a call on Friday, and we're working. We're building a deck. Like I said, MHI decks. Concerned about your deck size? Call MHI. We specialize in deck enhancement. So I get a phone call. What does this lady want? Okay, she calls me. Hey, Fran, listen. Yeah, we need your GPS and your keys. I'm like, okay, so I'm getting fired? Well, not exactly. Then she starts yapping, going on and on and on. I'm like, hey, listen, like I got to get back to work. What's up? She's like, yeah, listen, well, there's been some incidents with you, and you hit this wall, and you hit the car. And I'm like, all right, you're firing me. She's going, well, I'm like, are you firing me? And, finally that was the case. She's getting rid of me. But it's funny, like these people, when they fire you, right, they want to drag it on. Hey, bitch. I don't care, okay? I've been fired many times before. I am resilient, okay? Things are working out for me. This is the problem. Things are working out at the car detailing company. Seriously, it's booming. I'm getting a lot of business. Things are working out, MHI. Bartending, making a fortune. By the way, it's kind of difficult to make $900 bartending one night and then go work 35 hours, make $550, and have to listen to some bitch working from home yap at you. It really is. It's difficult because you're like, who the fuck are you talking to? I just made double what I make in a week. Having fun, drinking beers, and doing shots. I don't know. Why are you talking to me? But anyway, so yeah, another job down the drain. So this job, by the way, I wasn't in the union, but I was working for the union. And I'm going to ruffle a few feathers here. All right? I am going to ruffle a few feathers of the union guys. If you're a union guy listening, I'm assuming you're on break. If not, check the time, get your break. The union guys aren't the nicest guys in the world. I would describe going to work for the union guys, it's almost like you're in 8th grade, okay, and you have to go to a new school. That's what your first day's like. These guys want to bully you. This is what they sound like. Hey man, hey rookie, we're going to bust your balls. Fuck you. Like, look, the whole thing about work is, like, I have enough friends. Curly's we were rocking last weekend. Ron Pub we were rocking last weekend. I have enough friends. We have enough good of a time. I don't need to be friends with you jerk-offs, okay? So, like, I'm not going to get bullied and hazed, but they're assholes. They are assholes. And here's the thing. This is where I'm going to ruffle feathers. Pension. That's what union guys sounds like. They're obsessed with this pension thing. Now, let me explain something. Let me give you a history lesson. The unions started because they were getting these scumbag, greedy bosses were working these guys too hard. They weren't paying them their fair wages. They weren't giving them break time. They weren't giving them lunch. They weren't giving them vacation. So you needed the unions. And that was about 100 years ago. Now, you live long enough, you see yourself become the villain. Because these powerful union guys, they're just as bad. I mean, it's monopolized. Oh my God. By the way, if I wound up dead the next 2 days, I did not kill myself. Is the unions like a criminal organization? That's what it seems like to me. And I have no interest in being in the union. Union guys love. This is what union guys love. Don't rat. Don't be a rat. There's no bigger group of rats than union guys. There's no bigger. They will tell on you in a second. Okay? Oh, Johnny forgot his tools today. Better call the supervisor. I mean, they're just... they're rats, okay? And one thing they're obsessed with is the pension. Everything you need to know about union guys can be summed up in this statement. They voted for Hillary Clinton. Okay? Everything you need to know about union guys, they're going to vote Joe Biden again. Because the unions are bought and sold for by politicians. And they'll do anything for that pension. I'll tell you what, that pension might not be guaranteed. So now, my life, Fran Hennessy, how we doing? 33 years old, living at home, just got fired again. Starting my own company, Frank's Mobile Detailing. I'm going to work for my cousin, who I trust. Okay, this man's not going to fuck me over. He's my cousin, and he doesn't bust my balls. I don't have to take months of ball busting from the union guys just to be in their clique, which I don't want to be a part of because I have my own friends. You see? But yeah, I got fired. Anyway, another one bites the dust. Hey, another job down. Let's take a sip of this fine Pinot Noir from the Pacific Northwest. That's good. Now let's get back to our regular scheduled program. We don't want to spend time talking about jobs. Real quick, one last statement on that. I'm never going to a job interview again. I'm never going to a job interview again. I'm never going to have a supervisor again or a boss. Fuck you. Fuck you. Here's what I do at my company, right? I'm the CEO. We do whatever we want. You know, you want to smoke some pot on the job, go ahead. You want to have a drink on the job, go ahead. All right? That's how we're going to operate things. We're not going to have an HR department. We're not going to, none of that nonsense. And, listen, doubt me if you will. Doubt me if you will. But Frank's Mobile Detailing is about to take off. Anyway, back to our podcast. Let's get into the Palestinians, okay? The war rages on in Palestine and, Israel and Palestine. And, the white college kids in this country have lost their minds. Now, real quick, all these college protesters, they're all wearing masks. Now, I had to ask myself, is this mask to protect yourself from COVID, or is the mask to protect yourself from criminality? Because, listen, if you're still wearing a mask because of COVID, you got the brain cells of a snail. You got the brain, come on. I think they're wearing it for the sake, don't see my face. I will say this, though. These college kids, I do like their chants. Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! I don't give a shit, okay? I would never, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. I would never in a million years, under any circumstances, okay? Hey, what are you doing today? Do you want to go protest a war in the Middle East? No. And they hate America. They hate America. We are living in crazy times. The craziest thing I ever saw was Queers for Palestine. Queers for Palestine. Do you understand that in Palestine, they will throw you off the roof? They're not going to accept you. And these college kids, they're basically out there. They're wearing what is the Muslim garb that they wear on their head? Here's something. I'm on a roll now. How come blackface is offensive? If a white guy does blackface, you gotta cancel his career. He's gotta lose his job. He's gotta go to racism sensitivity classes. However, all these white people are walking around dressed as Muslims, going, hey. That's okay. That's okay. That's just as offensive. But I assume they're being paid. I assume they're being paid. Someone told me this is interesting, that if you want to get laid, you should go to one of these protests and just pretend you're in on the issues. Because I'll tell you what, you probably have some hot women protesters down there. And all the dudes, not one of them is above 150 pounds. And they're vegans and they don't have any muscles on them. We could go down there and clean up, boys. Something to think about. So last week, they defaced a World War I memorial. And this makes me think, if World War III happens in this country, okay, theoretically, knock on wood, if World War III happens in this country, who the fuck is going to fight that war? You ain't sending me. Sorry, I'm not going, all right? I think I'm above the age. I'm 33. I don't care. All I want to do is go to work, keep my head down, have a few beers, smoke some pot, maybe, if the good Lord will allow it, get laid every once in a while. That's all I want. But if World War III happens and there's a draft, we're going to draft kids who will be offended if you don't say their correct pronoun. Are you kidding? We're going to draft Can you imagine? I saw a clip the other day, Vietnam, the draft of Vietnam. They were sitting there watching live television and hoping their birthday didn't come on the lottery pick because that meant they were going to war. I'm just saying, if there is a draft, who are we going to send? Because the 18 to 22-year-olds, they don't even know what their gender is. They don't know if they have a cock or they have a vagina. It's very troubling. Whatever happened to Ukraine, too? You know, everything's Palestine these days. The Ukrainians like, yo, what the fuck? Where's our money? Big election coming up this year, guys. You know, the Trump coverage, by the way, came out yesterday that Trump got spanked by Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels spanked Trump with a magazine. And this is just, listen. So, this is what bothers me sometimes, okay? We're going to start talking about what people do in the bedroom, what people do behind closed doors. This is a slippery slope, okay? This is a slippery slope. Once we start saying, hey, let's get behind everyone's closed doors, see what they're up to, please don't. Please don't. That is Pandora's box. Do not open that up. We do not want to know what everyone's doing. This is privacy. Do whatever you want. Hey, on this show, my God, we support everybody. Do whatever you want. Not children. Not animals. Consenting adults, fucking have at it. Have at it. Okay? And I just think, you know, you're sitting there, you're going, well, Mr. Trump liked to get spanked by Stormy Daniels. And shit. I mean, I'll spank me. I'll give it a shot. But yeah, that's going on. They're calling it gavel-to-gavel coverage. CNN is covering it as if it's like a... CNN is covering it like it's the Super Bowl. Hi, Jim. I'm outside the courthouse here where Donald Trump has just entered the building. I mean, it's just completely chaotic. I'm voting for Trump. I've already made up my decision on that, so nothing's going to change it. I actually think it'd be funny. Send him to jail. Send him to jail for the weekend. Not going to change my opinion. Speaking of the weekend, Donald Trump will be in Wildwood this weekend. I got a great pitch for him. I think the mayor of Wildwood is Democrat, and North Wildwood is Republican. I could be wrong here, but I know Wildwood is a shithole, and I know North Wildwood is beautiful. So Trump should say, take a look at what happened at Wildwood. So sad, so sad. Look at the Great White. The Great White hasn't been open in a couple years. So sad. Because of the Democratic mayor. Maybe we could do that. Hey, I know people are pitching a tent over this. North Wildwood, no tents on the beach this year. You know. Doesn't bother me because, guys, this summer I'm going to be here in Philadelphia. Suffering, sweating, depressed, anxiety ridden. That's what my summer's going to look like. I'm looking forward to it, though. We're just going to keep our heads down, keep our nose on the grindstone, and out of the pills. That's the advice we give on this show. So yeah, basically just to catch up real quick, got fired. Palestinian protesters, white people, took over college campuses. Trump likes to get spanked with a magazine. And, OJ definitely killed his wife. That's a fact. I'll give you guys some updates, what's going on coming up in the next couple weeks here. Let's think. Well, this episode's not going to come out till Friday, but I'm working the Wrong Pub Friday night. Next Saturday at the Wrong Pub. That's Saturday, May 18th. Saturday, May 18th at the Wrong Pub, we have the Spring Fling. Oh yeah, the Spring Fling, and I'm running it. I consider myself, you know what I consider myself in Northeast Philadelphia? I'm the Don King of the nightlife, okay? I put on a promotion, place blows up. So next Saturday, we got the Spring Fling. What are we going to have at the Spring Fling? We're going to have a dunk tank at 3:30 out back of the pub. A dunk tank. Multiple guests are going to be getting in there. We're going to have a schedule. Who's going to get in there? You want to dunk that motherfucker? $5 gets you 3 balls. Have at it. We're also going to have a DJ out back. Then we're going to bring the party inside. At night, I'm going to do my new comedy special. The comedy special is entitled Tales from the Looney Bin. I'm going to do a little special on the weekend that I spent in the mental hospital 2 years ago. Special weekend. Fun weekend. Learned a lot that weekend. Won a lot of bets that weekend, believe it or not. And we'll get into that next week at the comedy show. Once again, Spring Fling. Guys, I'm going to cut the episode 20 minutes. People tell me they like that. Little sandwich episodes, sandwich bite episodes. I work 16 hours a day. I get after it. I hump and get it. And I'm pretty tired. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully get this episode out to you next week. And we will see you next time on Soaring Highs and Crushing Lows.